Welcome to another episode of FAFO, where I bring you stories of MAGA voters that have entered the find out phase of their vote. These users from conservative Reddit are flipping out over the peace deal that was revealed by the Trump administration because Army-born 941 wrote, $300 billion to Iranian infrastructure? What the heck about us over here? Where the F is my America first? Hell, the regime is still in power. I'm mad. Max Intense wrote, this is Iran first. America looks weak if this pile of shit is signed. Silverhum writes, the art of the capitulation. Absolutely pathetic. Stonk Monk writes, did you guys just surrender? And J Shadow Guardian writes, why is the US so desperate to agree to this shit deal that includes $300 billion released to Iran? Kenneth on Facebook wrote the following, Rump is full of shit, got no balls and is effing nothing. Whoever voted for him, including myself, regret it. We have no leaders in this country. It's just pure shit. He then writes, 300 billion later. This two-part post I'm about to show you, Ralph on April 13th wrote, America, we have all been deceived by President Rump. Why I say this because his first term as our president, he did make things better. I will say I made a mistake in voting for Rump for a second term. Rump has done nothing. He promised that he would do things, have just gotten worse. We have people who can't pay their electric bills. Gas prices are out of control. He said he would not get the US into another war. And there are people who have lost medical care. And families are going hungry by the cuts he has made in our government. I just hope we will survive another 2 years of Rump failures. Then there was an article that the Pope, being an American, might be the right choice for president. Well, that would be like putting the devil in the White House for sure. And then just today, Ralph writes, I think time is up for Rump. He wants to take more money from Americans that need the help of unemployment benefits. What is wrong with him? Yes, I voted for him, but he promised that he would help the American people, but he is hurting them instead. If I knew he was going to hurt people with the lies, then he would not have gotten my vote. My mutual online friend, the Leopard, writes, no need for unemployment benefits when there are plenty of jobs working in the fields, picking crops, or in the barns milking cows. Get a job.
And you know what's even sad is that I'm sure after Trump leaves office, they might be pissed off and frustrated online, but as soon as they see him in person, I'm sure they're going to be acting like groupies. You know how they be, titties out. Trump is desperate to sign a deal because the US gas reserves are close to depleted. They don't want you to know. I understand why he went 6 times bankrupt, now 7. The funny thing is they're going to keep voting, I guess, for the same party and not look at the people they voted for, then claim they did their research. Typical MAGA.
Democrats act like this is the same Obama deal.
It's the same Obama deal. We shouldn't have even went.
Yeah, here's the difference. They know we're not going to around. Why do they know that? They have no Navy, they have no Air Force. They know we're not screwing around. So there's a big difference between that deal and this deal. Even if the language is the same, the difference is they know if they around, they're going to find out.
Hey, tough guy, you sound like you're 5 years old. But you're absolutely right, Chris. Trump's Iran deal is not the same thing as Obama's deal. For one, Obama never handed over ownership of the Strait of Hormuz over to Iran. He didn't let them charge tolls either. He also didn't give them access to a $300 billion fund. Obama didn't do any of that. And yet he was able to achieve the exact same promise of no nuclear weapons without losing American lives or jacking up the price of gas. And Chris, we all knew that Trump sucked at this job and he has no clue what he's doing, but frankly, it's surprising just how much of a complete surrender this was to Iran. Anyway, big boy, this deal's probably gonna fall apart anyway, because Trump can't seem to control his buddy Bibi Netanyahu over in Lebanon. So buckle up, Chris. It looks like Trump's botched, useless war in Iran is not quite over yet. Alright, Chris, have a nice weekend, and why don't you let us know when you guys actually achieve something that Obama didn't do a much better job of 10 years ago. Alright?
He got his ass cooked.
This Iran deal is actually pretty freaking good. Most important part, 3 components, I guess, that are vital. But number one, right off the top, is their commitment, the Iranians' commitment to not develop nuclear weapons.
Yeah, so we already had that from the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action from 2015. This is the Obama-era nuclear Iran deal. Iran reaffirms that under no circumstances will Iran ever seek, develop, or acquire any nuclear weapons.
To not enrich any uranium, Under the Obama deal 10, 11 years ago, there were concessions made that they could enrich a certain amount as long as it wasn't used for weaponry.
Yeah, there was. The cap was 3.67%, which is sufficient for fueling commercial nuclear power.
Under this agreement, that number is zero tolerance. Strait of Hormuz being opened is cool.
That is cool, but that's not a win, because the strait was open to begin with before the No New Wars president decided to start a war.
It's good. We've obviously had a regime change, but...
Except not. There's no regime change whatsoever.
The lack of uranium enrichment is the whole ballgame. That was the whole point.
Again, I mean, we already had that.
Trump easing up on their sanctions is going to be fine.
And $300 billion to rebuild what we destroyed in the first place. So,
Obama handed them cash.
misconception number one. I'm not going to read through this, but I mean, he's just wrong.
If y'all remember that, it's been 10 years ago, literally a plane load of $6 billion in cash dropped off to them as part of their deal.
I had no idea what he was talking about, so I had to do a little reading, and I found this, which to my knowledge was a completely different incident.
With basically nothing in return other than a scout's honor, no verification. This deal, we get full verification. They cannot enrich any of it.
The problem was already solved 11 years ago, with the help of China, France, Germany, Russia, United Kingdom, and the High Representative of the European Union.
And then in return, we ease sanctions over time. So it's a good deal.
It's a horrible deal. It is a laughably horrible deal. A deal that we already had, but we had to spend tens of billions of dollars because Trump ripped up the original deal, and members of our military have lost their lives.
Venezuela has been dealt with. Iran is now, in theory, put to bed. Next is going to be Cuba, and then after that's the big one, which is Canada and Greenland. So we shall see. God bless America.
Honestly, I'll be a little surprised if this works out. I want it to work out, but I will be really surprised because Israel doesn't seem to be on board.
Someone said the part of the deal. We all had to watch this terrible movie, sit through it, incur all of the costs just to come back to the same place we were. It's literally a worse version of the JCPOA that they dunked on. This is a surrender of the United States by Donald J. Trump.
CNN just released a brutal supercut of Trump railing against Obama's Iran deal for the last 10 plus years, and it is amazing. Here's the clip.
I would have never given him back the money. I would have said, the money is off the table, let's start negotiating. And you know what? I would have won that negotiation. We can't continue to make deals like that horrible Iran deal where we give them $150 billion back. The Iran deal was so bad. We paid $150 billion to sign a horrible agreement.
So after withdrawing from Obama's Iran deal, we now have a deal that gives Iran an extra $300 billion and has less nuclear guarantees. Iran literally just humiliated us on the world stage.
It wasn't 150 billion, it was 1.7 billion. But even if we went with $150 billion, you literally doubled it and passed it over to Iran. Let me know what y'all are thinking. Please leave your comments down below because I think the math ain't mathing for him. Don't allow Trump to make deals, he's terrible at it.
So the peace is over. The deal's gone. Iran is not meeting for the Memorandum of Understanding in Switzerland, and that is because of Israeli airstrikes into southern Lebanon. I said that this agreement, this ceasefire, this peace would last until maybe the fucking sunrise next morning. Well, guess what? Sun's still fucking up, and the agreement's off. I said this from the fucking beginning. There's no fucking way a peace agreement of any kind is going to be reached because we cannot rein in fucking Israel. Donald Trump and the United States can't rein in their fucking attack dog. Oh, actually, Israel controls the United States. Shut the fuck up. They're an imperialistic vassal state gone wrong. The United States has done this a lot around the planet. But Israel doesn't give a fuck to listen. After hundreds of billions of dollars spent, all the PR and twisting they can possibly manage to make this look like a win for the fucking administration, like, oh, we got it fucking done, even though we're giving them more money, hands off their uranium, and the strait is still fucking closed, ladies and gentlemen. There will be no peace until we get these motherfuckers out of office. There will be no peace until we get AIPAC out of fucking politics.
Wait, what? Talks due to take place on Friday between US and Iran in Switzerland to implement a deal were cancelled as Hezbollah unalived 4 Israeli soldiers and Israeli called out a wave of retaliatory airstrikes in South Lebanon and the Bekaa Valley that unalived at least 18 people. I guess we're back at it again to the same place we were before. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are about the MAGA folks who are pissed off about the deal. Of course, it's now been cancelled because of what's happened. Leave your comments down below. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. If it's your first time to the channel, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Also, check out this video. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. But nevertheless, I'll see you guys when I see you. Peace.